Hey guys, just wanted to do my reaction video to Black Lightning, Season 1, Episode 6, 3 sevens, The Book of Thunder. So, last episode we saw before it went, the show went on the Olympic hiatus was, I guess he kept having, like, as part of it, I don't want to say, like, maybe, like, aneurysms, but it's like he kept, but, Jefferson kept passing out as a result of using a new, technology in a suit that allows him to hover and fly, and or just went, but it, and also caused him to have like increased aggression, especially when they, as far as it can, as finding out that Joe Toledo and Tobias were back in Freeland, and both were responsible for the death of Alvin Pierce, Jefferson's dad, and of course you have Jennifer getting her new like pseudo costume, and just investigating what Alvin was murdered for, because at first you thought it was just about because Tobias Wales was pissed about Alvin exposing his being a corrupt politician, but now is the fact that there's whole like experimentations on people, which I think Jefferson and Tobias had connections to, and even Gamby had some connection to the project in which Tobias and his sister were given some kind of serum to prolong his life, and just to blow off some steam, like they actually went to go and kill their abusive father, and so. Black Lightning went and confronted Joey Toledo, but his power started acting up again, and he started to pass out, and now he's passed out in the back. He's like knocked out in the back of an alley where he wasn't able to stop Joey Toledo, and he was essentially escaped. Oh, is he? Oh.
I'm here, man. Are you with me? Tobias is in Freeland, Gamby. Oh, Tobias is in Freeland, Gamby.
Sir, it's willful amnesia.
How does a criminal and a freak have fans?
Where'd you say you got that tip, sir?
I didn't.
No.
I gotta check this.
Of course you do.
Start running on them damn haters. Just be yourself, that should motivate you. And what's good on the ones that hate power.
Shoot!
Get down,
Aren't these the weirdest brain scans?
These are the scans of the green light addicts?
Mm-hmm. Gray matter should be dark, but it's lit up like a Christmas tree.
And
You ever
like
seen
Jefferson.
a scan like this before?
No.
Oh, is she like in league with them?
Here she is.
Were water guns.
They looked enough like real guns to be the end of you.
Debatable.
All it takes is for one cop to see your color instead of your humanity and decide, better dead than sorry. Look, you are a black woman. You don't have the luxury of being naive.
I know. You have said that like 1,000 times.
Okay, then hear it.
Okay.
And having a boyfriend. I used to dream about prom and going dancing.
Yeah. And with Khalil, that can't happen the way you saw it.
All I can see in my future is struggling to help him get around. You know, standing with him on the sidelines instead of actually being on the dance floor. And I'm awful for that.
No. Listen, you're human with a hard choice to make. That's all.
Tobias is justice.
Maybe Toledo is behind Greenlight, and maybe Tobias is too.
What do you mean, maybe? If Toledo's around, Tobias is holding his leash. Now, I feel like every time I bring up Tobias to you, I get resistance. Yeah, you're acting like you don't even want me to catch him.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? You
No.
couldn't wait for me to get in the suit. Now you're gun shy about Tobias? Why is that?
There is no why, Jefferson. Other than the 100 had 9 years to get strong with no Black Lightning. They've got state-of-the-art technology, political protection, lookouts on every other corner.
You know what? Save your history lesson. I have lived with the murder of my father all my life.
Black Lightning. His father raised him to be Jefferson Pierce, but he was formed on the streets of Freeland. And no amount of education or Olympics gets that out of you. He's complicated.
And no one understands him like you do. Not me. Maybe not even him. So you might be the only one who can save him from himself.
You know what? You and Jeff chose this, not me. Leave me out of
Lynn.
it. I have work to do.
Damn.
What do you mean by that?
I used to hear you and Dad arguing when I was a kid.
You did?
I couldn't hear that well. I just know you didn't like being the mistress.
Your father never cheated on me, Anissa.
Mom, Dad is married to saving the world. You didn't like coming in second. I get it. I feel the same calling.
You don't know how right you are. Is this for me?
No, it's actually for me. So there's some lab results inside and a sample, but I can't make sense of it.
Well, where did you get it?
Belonged to Dad's dad. Call it a self-discovery project.
Jefferson, I don't know what you're up to, but there is a difference between you and Tobias. You need to keep it that way.
Good luck with that.
Take a look at this. Scroll down. I'm around if you need anything.
The head. Another feels like it ruins their chances, so they lash out. It's called crabs in a barrel.
This is
Look,
sad but true.
no one is an expert on what is or is not black. Because black is everything under the sun.
That actually backfired on her. Lots of people jumped on her saying that Black people need to stop with the good hair, bad hair, light skin, dark skin stuff.
But it's the Cleo comments that bother you.
Text me back, but what, you have the time to post shade? Maybe we should take a break.
Until what? A walk? If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have gone to that march and I wouldn't be in this chair.
Wow. Really? So you're blaming me now?
It's your fault, Becky. Hey, you got everything. What I got? Nothing. You see, I did everything right. Yeah, I played by the rules. No drugs, no alcohol. Stayed out of jail, ain't had no kids. Hell, I went to church every Sunday. And God still took my legs.
You can't see it.
That's the only way to see it. Don't you understand?
Damn, Tobias really got in his head. have waited since everyone was gone and not like a sore thumb? And make sure nobody got hurt?
What was that?
Someone's breaking in. They're coming this way.
Okay, hide. I'm coming. Let her go.
Oh no. Oh!
Goodness.
Thanks, Mr. Tobias. But I don't know what I can do. I mean, I can't even walk.
You will. I promise.
You will know strength. Be strength. And believe me, it's so much fun.
Be wealthily retired.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Point of clarification. The Pierce family is supposed to be off limits. That's the deal, right?
It is. Because if his dirty laundry comes out, so does yours.
Wow, so yeah, so unlike so yeah, this definitely moved the plot forward. I think unlike the Flash, I feel like this episode moved the plot forward, at least more so here than it did on tonight's episode. This is me, but it was nice to, I mean, for some reason it's like, at least looking at the photo, I really, at least so you can know that Gamby cares, and like according to his actor, like he really does have Jefferson's best interest at heart. But at the same time, it's like you have this whole shady history with Tobias Wales and Lady Eve, and talking about how they were at the agency and working on some kind of project, and it's like, what was he like? I hope this is like they don't drag this out too long, that we find out what this is about soon, because it's like, what is it about it that he's like so in deep? He's in so deep with these criminals, and what's his connection with them? And yeah, Tobias has really manipulated him and kind of gotten it into. Or at least, like, I feel like he's kind of getting consumed, or at least maybe he's getting more consumed by his, like, his self-pity, or maybe it's the fact that, to the point where it's just, like, I mean, yeah, Jefferson said that, that maybe she should have given Khalil more space, but it seems like he's always kind of, you know, I mean, I've been in the, I mean, I've not been paralyzed, but I have been in situations where I'm in a situation where I've had bad breaks, and it's hard to cope with, you know, the emotional baggage, the emotional pain that comes with it. I mean, obviously, I'm not a paraplegic, but I mean, in terms of like feeling like something's feeling like hitting rock bottom, or things haven't been going the way you wanted to in life, is understandable. But now it's like you have Tobias manipulating him and taking advantage of his grief. Is kind of a situation where it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. It's like it makes you wonder, did Jennifer go in at an opportune time to go and talk to him? And it's like, if she didn't go sooner, like should she have gone sooner and spent more time with him? Or I guess like try to reach out to him more, even though he was basically avoiding. But he did say he was avoiding her. So it may you had to wonder like to what extent, like how much like Tobias play a role in this, and how he's going to react to when he finds out that Tobias was the one who is the reason why he cost him his future and like put him in a wheelchair. And this whole conversation with Krabs, that conversation resonated with me just because of going to high school, and I was going to a school. It was a predominantly white school, but there were kids that I was known as, nicknamed the Oreo, who was quote unquote black on the outside, white on the inside. And there were kids of color. There were other black kids that that went to school with me, who I guess like more ebonic, and like I guess like just did pick on me and just kind of like alienated me just for being either more well educated or even in college, where I knew of black people who was like just didn't want to talk to me or have anything to do with me just because I had a lighter complexion. And it is a thing where it just feels like, because I have like, I'm not like biracial, but I have some white in my complexion, but it's just one of those things where it just feels like, the more the less dark a black person's complexion is, I guess like I don't know. I guess like the farther ahead. I guess the less like the less you're the less prejudice, and less you're ostracized, and it just feels like I have been in this whole like crab in a barrel situation, or at the receiving end of crabs in a barrel situation, where the people who didn't want to have anything to do with me just because of how I was light skinned, or because of just how I spoke Ebonics, how I spoke, my education, like, having a, like where, not being, coming completely from poverty. So there are like ongoing issues they're touching upon, and the whole taking down the statue of Robert E. Lee did have some similarities to stuff that happened. This episode was clearly written around the time of the Charlottesville riots, because of the parallels of like white nationalists, like, running down protesters with their killing and running down a protester with their car. And then it was like pretty cool that Anissa like destroyed that statue with one stomp, but it was kind of surprised like she was able to destroy it with like such precision, and just like kind of like disintegrated. But I guess it's like plot convenience. But I'm surprised she sort of like how conspicuous she was about it. She didn't even wait till like all of the mourners just like left and went home, or she just wanted to just like take down the statue to the point where even they were terrified of it, and maybe she was like a little terrified about how she could have hurt somebody, as not it was like her passions are kind of getting the better of her, and maybe that's why she was on the phone with Lynn, and that conversation with that Anissa had with Lynn was, she did have this kind of epiphany in which he realized she maybe was being a little selfish and kind of didn't want Jefferson Pierce all to herself, and hated the fact of being that she came second to his calling, and had to accept and saying out loud she had to come to terms with that. But yeah, Lady Eve sending, yeah, but like having like corrupt cop, like saying like seeing JT on his caller ID, realizing he's one of the corrupt cops, and the fact that that doctor who was on the phone when Lynn was comparing the brain scans of a victim on Greenlight to Jefferson's, like they were kind of very similar. So again, it connects back to this whole like secret project that Anissa was looking into, and connected to Greenlight, the serum that Kenna gave to Buy like prolonged aging, like it's always like it's kind of this whole like big conspiracy thing, like how is it all connected? Still don't know what Gamby's deal is, but I am. Although it kind of makes you wonder if Green, I feel like Khalil's definitely going to get some Greenlight as a means of trying to like act as some kind of healing factor to try to like regain his ability to walk and get gradually corrupted and naturally drive a wedge between him and Jennifer. But it was kind of hard to like enjoy. It was like an intense fight. It was kind of hard to find enjoyment of it because it was like a father and it was a father fighting his own daughter and not realizing it. But it's nice that they're finally going to. It's finally like on the table that's like. Jefferson and Lynn know Anissa has powers, and Anissa knows that her dad's Black Lightning. So now they're going to be like this kind of like, this kind of like crime fighting duo, and maybe, I guess Jennifer's going to get her powers like by the second half of the season, or I guess they're already started manifesting. I guess she's going to realize that she has powers and maybe join them in the fray and fighting against Tobias and. Just figuring out what all this is about is what I'm most curious about. But anyway, another solid episode. What do you guys think of it? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.